Alright, hello. Okay, so it's been a kind of weird week. It's a nice week, but like weird. Um, Kind of weird the fact that I had to work with this douchebag. But like we took this job, like this dude had a job. Um, my boss was just talking shit. He's saying it's my job though. It's my job though. He said he's getting it from the homeowner directly, but he didn't. He was getting paid from this fucking dude. Which I made sure right away. Like, as soon as you mentioned motherfucker's name, I was like, well, you're gonna pay me no matter what, right? So, whatever. Um, but, not a, I had a bad experience with this motherfucker. Like, he fucking rip off. Like, he's a fucking scumbag, is what he is. Scumbag. You know what I mean? Like fucking shooting heroin and preaching Jesus, kind of shit. Go feed the homeless, and then I'm gonna go rob people. Um, like $30,000 you took from a homeowner, and like it was like not just robbing people. Like I've done that before when I was on heroin, but I never, you know what I mean? I never bankrupted anybody or fucked their whole life up. Um, you know what I mean? Like these people had insurance, and you know what I mean. Like yeah, it was a nuisance, but um, you know what I mean. Like I didn't give a fuck over like small time people. Um, you know what I mean? like people that work hard for a living, that like lower class, um, or lower middle class, that are they're just, you know what I mean. Like they're just scratching by, and like you know what I mean, like build an addition, and like it's a big deal for them, and they're just like, I don't know if I could do this, but they're doing it, and this dude just fucking robbed them of $30,000. Only gets the job half done and fucking leaves it there, and then he fucked me over for money too. Like it was only like $40, but I was gonna kill him over. Like I was gonna burn his fucking house down over it. Um, just a feeling, like not really, but like no, it's like I'm gonna get him someday. Because in that very second, that moment, I was like, I'm gonna have to go to jail just to get $40, and is $40 really worth it? And I was like, oh, god damn it, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to go back to jail. I'm not gonna be stupid, you know what I mean? Like someday, that motherfucker's gonna get his. That's the way I feel about it. But I had to work with him this week, and but yeah, the job was way up in the mountains. We're like very like far into bear country, um, and Loyalhanna Creek was right down the fucking road. Like a block away. Hey, kitty, kitty. Mm. But it was actually a nice week. He stayed the fuck out of my way, and he didn't bother me. He pissed my boss off today. He tried to fucking give him less money after we finished, and it turned into a thing. And then he actually apologized, and but he tried. You know what I mean? Um, but anyhow, fucking um Yeah, I didn't say anything. I wasn't rude or fucking short with the motherfucker. You know, well, I just didn't talk to anybody. I was just quiet. But I wasn't rude the whole week. I just get along. And the fact that it was in the mountains and you know what I mean, it was like it was so beautiful out there. Um, it made me in a happy mood. It made it much easier to fucking get down because I just felt free and alive. Um, in the middle of nowhere, you know what I mean? There's a fucking rattlesnake over there. Not really, but you know, I didn't see any rattlesnakes, but there could have been. There probably was. And I would have caught them if I had seen one. Um, but yeah, it was nice. You know what I mean? And karma, like that motherfucker that I didn't like, he like fell right on his head. Um, and I didn't, you know what I mean? My face was like stone cold, but like inside I'm like, that's karma, motherfucker. Ha ha, ha ha. He fell right on his head, like fucking. It was quite a spill. It was quite a spill. Um, this is my boss built a ramp, like a fucking 10 foot 2 by 10. Or no, it was 16 footer, 16 footer, I believe. 2 by 10. He like put up on the addition, like the to the subfloor, and and he was like, "Oh, we need some kind of ramp." And like, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. He was just like, "We need to build a ramp," but like he just started doing it, and it was like half-ass. And I was thinking, I'm like, "Why are you even doing this? Like it's not time. Like we have to put up a wall." And and we had tried to put up that wall, and but I told him, I was like, it's not gonna fit. Like when we lift it up, it's not gonna fit. And he was like, well, I measured it to fit. And I'm like, no, but you put the top plate on it, and it's not gonna fit. You got like more than a quarter inch. You know what I mean? Like height wise, it's not gonna fit. And he's like, I think it's gonna fit. And I'm like, all right, well, we'll see. We'll pick it up. And we picked it up, and like, like we got it like to that point. You know what I mean? It stood like straight, like it was like way back here. And sure enough, it didn't fit. He tried to pound it with a sledgehammer, didn't fit. And so the whole thing was like fucking that. You know what I mean? Like it was straight on one end, but like through the middle, like it was like over the other side. And so the bottom plate was like fucking up like that, and he put a ramp up to it. You know what I mean, like a ramp, and then but which is okay. You know what I mean. You can walk up the motherfucker. You know what I mean. Be careful though. It might slide or whatever. But he went as far as to screw. He put a bunch of pieces of 2 by 6 like piled up underneath it, and then one 2 by 6 straight up, and then he screwed it in, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing all that for? Like, it's not gonna work. Like, it's not safe. It's not, you know what I mean? Like that wall's, yeah, because the wall's like that. The bottom of the bottom plate was like that. So when or it was like this rather. So when we move the wall straight up, the bottom plate's gonna go like that, and that ramp's gonna move, and then like you have that wedged in there and screwed in and all that shit, and that's just gonna be a teeter totter now. It's you're gonna fuck up the whole balance of everything. Um, so why are you even screwing it in? And I just can't. I wanted to scream the whole time, but like you know what I mean. Like he's the boss. You know what I mean. Like go ahead, do it. Just go ahead. You know what I mean. Nobody listens to me anyhow. and and so we fixed the wall. We cut out the little piece of the wall and we got it stood up straight. And sure enough, that ramp just stayed there like for a second. We were still in the process of like getting the wall stood up and nailed in, and just getting it all fucking so the wall's standing right. And we're still in that process. And that motherfucker that I don't like, he just went all willy nilly like over the fucking ramp. Like cocoon, like you give him fuck big heavy motherfucker, and blap. Um, yeah, laws of physics. You know what I mean? Leverage. Oh, leverage. Mm. Oh fuck. Okay. But yeah, that was somehow satisfying. Um, and still yet I felt bad for him when he almost like where he looked like he was pale and white, like he was gonna have a fucking heart attack because it was so hot and he was like trying to work. I was like, you sad motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like I almost felt bad for him. For a second, you know, like I don't want anybody to die. I don't want him to have a fucking heart attack and have a stroke. Um, I don't like him. You know what I mean? I like to like, you know, slice all his tires or fucking set his car on fire. Um, but I don't want to, you know, like I don't wish any like real harm. I just like to cost him some money because the motherfucker had it coming. Um, but anyhow, let me try to play some Vienna. But it was fun. It was a fun week. I caught snakes. I caught two snakes. I caught a snake yesterday. I caught a queen snake. And today I caught a northern water snake. A big one, a big motherfucker. Well, they only get about like 5 feet long, but they get real fat. They get like fucking, you know what I mean, like thick as my arm, like my forearm. Um, and like real big flat fucking heads. Like they get like pan shaped. Like they just grow out. They get fatter as they get older because they never stop. Snakes never stop growing. Reptiles never stop growing as long as they live. Um, It's all about the amount of food they eat and the environment they live in, the cold, the hot, all that those kind of factors. It's metabolism is all it is, but they never stop growing. But northern water snakes are about 5 foot long, but they get real fat. This one was about 3 foot long. It was, you know what I mean. It was like an inch and a half around, whatever. I caught it right out of the water. Right out of the shallows, like it, you know, it was probably like 8-inch deep water, and it was poking its head up right in front of me, like it just there it is, like it was within arm's reach, and I just went really slowly, really like smoothly, and just scooped it up, you know what I mean, like till like my hand was right underneath it, scooped it up. It was just sticking its head out of the water, and just chilling, and it was about to molt. It was about to shed its skin. Its eyes were like super fucking milky. You couldn't see shit. But I was surprised it didn't try to bite me at all when I picked it up. I snatched it up and it, usually the northern water snakes, they like to bite. They're bitey. Snippy until they settle down. It takes a minute. But like when you first catch them, like unless you catch them behind the head, but fuck that. I'm not, you know what I mean? They're not venomous. Just snatch them up. I'm not worried about getting bit. I just snatch them up. Like, here you go. Go ahead, bite me. I don't, you know. Yeah, but the funny thing was that snake it didn't try to bite me at all. It took a shit out of me. They squirt this stinky ass fluid. Like it's sometimes it's shit and piss mixed in with it. Like it's often, but there's also like a fluid they excrete from their cloaca. Um, that it stinks. Like it's smelly. Like sometimes that's how I find snakes. Like I you know what I mean? Because you know that smell, and I smell a snake, and you know what I mean. There's one around here somewhere, and I'll just go crazy. There it is, and I'll find it just by smelling it. But yeah, that's all I tried to do. Like it just shit on me basically, and you just dip it in water, and there you go. It's just washed away. Um, but it didn't try to bite me. It struggled and struggled and struggled, and it shit on me. But then when I took it over to show my boss, I was like, "Look at this! I got a big old fucking snake too. I just caught a trout." Um, I'll get to that. Um, but when I went over to show the snake, um, which I had just showed them the trout that I caught, and I caught this big old snake, and I brought it over and my boss was taking a picture, and he was like snapping a picture with his phone and holding it there. But then this dude I didn't like come over, and he tried to snap a picture, and the snake was like, "Wah!" And like he tried to get him. It tried to get him. It wasn't trying to get me. It was trying to get him. Didn't like him. Didn't strike once at me, which is surprising. But like I thought it funny. I was like, look, the snake don't like this motherfucker either. Um, but yeah, I caught the small brown trout. It was just like a fucking 7 inch, maybe 8. Um, uh, my boss had he brought his fishing pole. It was brand new. It's probably a cheap one. It was probably like a kid's, you know what I mean, like a kid's fishing pole is what strikes me out. Like I'm not a fisherman. Like I don't know much about fishing poles. Barely ever used one. Um, Probably like a Walmart special. You know what I mean, like a fucking $10 rod or $15, whatever it is. The cheaper ones, I don't even know what they cost. Um, but he was trying to get it to work. It was brand new, like right, straight out of the fucking store. Still had the tag on it and everything. And somehow he fucked it up. I don't know what he did, or the spool was just fucked up or whatever. But it hit this big tangled mess outside of the spool, and and I was like pulling. He's like, pull on this, pull on it, pull on it, and like straighten it out, and it's just not happening. It's just all fucking it's all snagged up. So I was like, just cut it, cut it. I was like, look, the fish are right there. That's where they're at. And I was like, just cut it. And for what it's worth, you can go stand over there and just fucking toss it in. You know what I mean? Just cut it off. Fuck the rod. Cut it. Just ooh, you got a sinker and a worm on the hook. Um, there you go. Just toss it in, drag it across, and it took me less than 5 minutes to catch a trout. Um, with just that, because he cut it off, and he was just still over there fucking with the fishing pole, and he's like, I give up. And I was like, I walked across the bridge, and I walked down, and not even 5 minutes later, I caught a fucking fish, and that was that. And then like I walked over, showed him the fish, and I let the fish go, and then I walked back across the bridge, and it took me about 30 seconds, and I caught a big snake, and there you go. I don't know what the fuck these other people are doing. It's nature, people. It's nature. And I kept trying. It took me about a fucking 15 times I had to say it to him. I was like, look, just check out the fish. Check out the fish. You can see them. And I was like, if you walk over here, right to the, you know what I mean, like this log over here, because there was like, this creek's lined with like double, like fucking telephone pole, you know what I mean, logs, like old telephone poles, lined parts of the creek for fishing. It's probably what they're for. It's probably for standing there fishing. I'm not certain, but yeah. But I was like, if you stand over there, you can, like, you can see like like shadow wise in the sun. You know what I mean? You can get a good look from over here. Over here you can't see them. Over here you can. And I took like 15 times. Like nobody ever listens to me. You think like I'm a crazy person. Like it doesn't mean anything. Like you don't want to see the fish. You don't want to see where they're at or what you're looking at, what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? You came here to catch fish, right? You know what I mean? You walk right there, you'll be able to see them. But I'm a crazy person, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, I'm gonna fuck off. I'm gonna keep playing piano. And I'm probably gonna drink a sizable amount of alcohol tonight. Like, I got a 6-pack in me now, and I think I'm gonna drink more. And then I'm gonna go to roofing tomorrow. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for. Make some extra money, which is much needed.